where we explore real life issues through an economic lens.
I am Marvelous Unibuchi.
And I am Olatunji Ibadan.
Okay, so today we'll be talking about life after school. Most people just consider life in school and they don't really get to think about life after school till they've graduated, sorry. So today we have three guests, three amazing students, no, graduates, three amazing graduates with us today. Some of them are fresh out of school and one in particular is settling into life after school. So we'll be hearing their opinions, we'll be hearing their journey from being a graduate to being what they are today.
So let me first introduce one of our guests. We have Oni Barakat. She was the erstwhile editor-in-chief of EconXpress and also the erstwhile president of the Alumni of Economics. Right now she's navigating through internships and whatnot in the corporate world.
Okay, next I'd like to introduce Mr. Kinsley. He's a businessman. He's an entrepreneur doing really good for himself. He graduated in the year 2022.
Next, I would like to introduce Deborah Itunoluwa Mamora. She took us by surprise with her decision after school. She left school with a really, really strong result, and everyone expected her, she's going into the corporate world, but no, she surprised us. Welcome, Deborah Itunoluwa Mamora.
This is EconXpress Podcast 2, and we'll be kicking in now. My first question goes to Mrs. Barakat. Miss Barakat, you served well as a student. You were the editor-in-chief. I can still remember sometime last session you were in the World Bank conference, something like that. So, I mean, all those experiences you had while you were still undergraduate, I think they should, in some certain way, shape the decision you choose to make after graduating. Can you tell us, what are you doing currently?
Thank you very much, Amici. I'll clarify first. I wasn't at the World Bank Conference. I wish I was. I was at Bank of America. I said conference at the university. Yes. Or unless you're thinking about the next conference. This is the Bank of America.
It's Bank of America.
So I was at the Bank of America conference. I was more there as a volunteer. I was not really interested, or I'm not really interested in finance. But I wanted to see what it was all about. So I applied as a volunteer. I got it wonderful, and I was there throughout most of the sessions because I was in the main hall and I watched all of the sessions, particularly tech. I think it's funny, right, that of all the sessions that they held there, it was tech in particular that took my fancy.
Wow.
However, yes, those things like conferences, being a part of organizations, yes, they have helped to shape the decisions I am making or I have made since I got since we graduated. So right now I'm an intern at NISA, that's the Nigerian Institute of Social and Economic Research, and currently I think we have like 2 major projects that we're working on, and I'm part of the research team and data collection team for the 2 projects. Wow. Yes, and also I'm a part of I'm a bridge fellow. So as a bridge fellow, you have to do something, you have to work on a project, and I'm working on that project currently. Yes, I don't want to tell you guys the topic, but just something that has to do with skill programs and how effective they actually are. Yes, so yes, my decision after school, I think it will shock you. I held on to it because I think you'll be surprised. I'm actually considering getting a degree in sciences. I know, right? Yes. Science. Okay, so first, let me give you a little background. I was a science student in school, secondary school, and then the only reason why, because I wanted to study medicine. Wow. To be particular, I wanted to be a pathologist, a neurosurgeon, right? But then I changed my mind because I wasn't getting it. I applied to Unilorry and I applied to where else did I apply to? UI. No, I didn't apply to UI. EXU, if I'm right, Similar and EXU, but I didn't get in. So now, even though I loved sciences, I really love physics and mathematics. I know for sure that I'm very good at economics. I have always been good at economics. I thought, let me get a degree first, don't let me waste my time. So I applied to UI and I got admitted. So that's why I came to study UI. But then, these past few days, I've been remembering why I was in sciences in secondary school. I remember like all of the dreams and ideas I had, they keep coming back to me. So yes, it's still something I'm considering right now. It's not stamped, it's not said and done. But yes, you might hear very soon that no, Baraka is studying.
Become a doctor.
No, maybe not. No, I'm not really interested in medicine again. I think like for everybody, for most of us, then we all read them casting, right? Gifted as oh, you didn't. Who did choose? God bless you. You read it. Thank you. So you didn't. Did you? Dima.
It is a big deal.
It was a big deal then.
Yes.
When I was young, it was a big deal.
I think I only read like the first 5 pages.
Okay.
I read all the books. I read Descendants. I read Think Big. There's one other one. I don't remember, but I read that one too.
So just certified very bookworm.
Yeah. But so I think that was like accumulated. That reading all of those books, the cost for me to want to be a doctor. But however, I don't think I was really particular about being a medical doctor because more or less I was really interested in like the universe. And if you want to understand the universe, you need to be in the sciences, physics, mathematics, astrology. So then I discovered something really beautiful about how no matter what you're studying, no matter what theory you have, no matter what ideas you have, there is one universal language that you can use to explain any opinion you have, like any theory you've any hypothesis you have. Mathematics.
Okay.
And I love mathematics. I mean, I hated it in school because I did not know it. Do you know? But do you remember that joy when after working, you finally get the answer? That joy, God, I love that joy. I love that thrill. And that's one of the reasons why I love mathematics. So I am seriously considering getting a degree in maths. And then pivoting back into economics. Do you get it?
So then you combine the two of them.
Mathematics and economics.
Mathematical economics.
Yeah, so that's it for now.
Okay.
Wow.
That's
was
brilliant. Mathematics. I do like mathematics.
I need from this.
Don't go there. No worry, we'll survive.
Oh, yeah,
We'll survive.
Well, my question is a bit different from what he asked. I'm curious, when you signed out, like, when did the reality dawn on you that, oh, I'm an adult now, I'm now a graduate? Like, what was that particular experience that made you feel I'm no longer a UI, I'm no longer under the umbrella of school? What was it?
I think it was the rigor of classes. When you're in school, I mean, you are far from home, so you already have freedom, right? You can do whatever you want. But at least, if you're a smart thinking person, you know why you're in school, right? So then, when I'm in school, I have classes to attend, I have assignments to work on, I have one thing or the other to do. So for that reason, I don't really have free time in my hands to think. But then, for the first 2 to 3 weeks after graduation, I realized that I'm free. I can actually do whatever I want. I have no assignments, no classwork, no classes, nothing to be bothered about. And I was really scared, I'm very honest with you. It was that fear that made me get an internship because I could have relaxed until NYSC and gotten a normal job while I talked more about my life choices. But then, I realized I needed that recall, that thing that I'm used to keep me grounded. So I had to get an internship, and it helps. I mean, they are not as strict as school is. It doesn't feel as strict as school is, but it helps. So I mold my life around it. If you understand.
Thank you very much.
Shannon, question goes to you. Right from your undergraduate days, I don't think it's news that you were a businessman chasing cash. So, would like to know, there are a lot of entrepreneurs currently in many and other departments. And to be really honest, having conversations with them, they're like, it's very difficult. Like, mixing school and business because sometimes there can be no balance as such. And from what you've said before, according to personal conversation, you graduated with a really good CGPA and you're not slacking in business. How did you start off business in school? How did you just go through? And you still continue that business. Can you just give us?
Okay. Thank you very much. So, for me, getting into UI was, I would just say, it's God's destiny for me. Yeah, I remember trying several other schools, particularly in Ibadan, and they kept denying me admissions. But I kept UI, and upon my first try, I got the course of my choice. Yeah, I chose economics. So upon getting in, like every average John Doe, every regular student, you want to do well, right? I believe that anything that is worth doing is worth doing well. So it was my intention to commit, to getting the best grade that I could get. I remember then there was a particular senior of us, I believe I can mention his name, Idris Tijani. He had like a perfect CGPA. He was like our direct predecessor. So he had this perfect CGPA 4.0. I was like, oh, if somebody can do this, I want to do it. So I committed my whole 100 level to like reading, focusing on ECO. I only had 3 places to go. I go to my hostel, I come for classes, I go to the library. That was just it. That was my 100 level. At the end of 100 level, right? Then came 200 level. And then life will definitely tell at you. You want to do so many, things, but your financial reality might not give you the chance to engage in those stuff. Particularly during my own time, it was very common for students like our classmates then to join clubs like SFC. So I really wanted to commit. Personally, I believe that as a student, you can only fully commit to 2 things. Yes, that's my personal belief. You can only fully commit to 2 things. One is your studies, which is ECO in our case, and the other thing can be anything, but it has to be just one. For some people, it's fellowship, school fellowship. For some people, it's the extracurriculars like joining clubs like student finance club. For me, I choose business. So I chose business. So if I'm not doing ECO, if I'm not reading for a particular text or preparing for an exam, the next thing I'm doing, I'm focusing on my business. So I had to choose a path that will ensure my well-being in the present and at the same time secure my future. So that's what got me into the world of business. So basically, I started business in 200 level, and by the grace of God, it has grown into what it is today.
I can attest to that. That's good.
So this leads me to my next question. So what does your business actually do? Can you break it down for students that are looking to enter that same kind of field?
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Kingsley. I'm the founder of Luminous Interior. So basically, Luminous Interior, we deal in sales, mostly sales of home items, home appliances. That's the basic things you need in a house. The very basic one is like mattresses. We deal in the sales of mattress, we deal in the sales of curtain, every other home appliance you can think of, chair, furnitures, and general home appliance. And also we offer services. Like if you come to us, you want to set up your space and all of this, we can give you guidance on how to go about it. And at the same time, when it gets to the stage of procuring those items, we can do just that. We can do just that. So that's mainly what we do.
Okay. So, you said you started with 200 left. A couple of people that started business in school, just like you rightly said, your finances may not allow you to do a lot of things. Most of them started as a means of survival, just to survive and stuff like that. So do you think it's wise for any undergraduate business owner to collaborate instead of competing at the early stage?
Okay, thank you very much. Looking at the reality for me, right? The goal was to make money, right? At first, you start with what you have. There is no castle that was built in one day. You start with what you have. You look at, okay, what skill do I have, and you start building. Business is a very big term. You know, when you say business can be anything. So whatever profession, whatever it is you're doing, you can make a business out of it. So you firstly have to, you know, determine the nature of the business you are pursuing. That's what we determine whether it's maybe you try to work solo or you have to collaborate with other people. So in my own case, I was into, you know, the sales of products, right? I was not really offering much services, just sales of products. Of course, I had to get like a supplier. I have to get like a supplier, then I find people that need that product. If you look around, it is a student environment. You can definitely find what people need that is of low or supply, and you know you can key into that. So for me, I started from my hostel Melambi back in the days. I realized that students used to like look for bed covers. You know, after like their first year in school, their mattress is already getting dirty, and they don't want that to be the case. They want to preserve their mattress to make it last longer. So there were not a lot of guys selling that. So I had to like, okay, where can I get this product? I went out there. You know, I linked up with business people, not necessarily UIs, but business people in the market there. So I told them, okay, I can help you sell your products. Give me some of these products, and I will sell for you. So I started doing that. You know, you create that trust. You just basically like how would I put it? Just like being a middleman. Yeah, like basically like drop shipping. You get these products, you sell it to those that needs it. Then you make your money. So from then you need to have like a bigger picture of where you are going. That's what will, you know, motivate you to actually keep some money aside that will now serve as capital to start those other ventures. So basically I would say at the start of the business you have to collaborate. You have to collaborate, and eventually you now figure out there will always be competition, because anything you are doing and you're doing well at it, people will see it, people will want to join, you know. There is that in economics your thoughts about making, when you make abnormal profits, new entrants will come in. New entrants will come in to make sure that you are making zero profit, you understand?
Yes.
So at that initial stage, the idea is you're the one that you found the gap and you're providing a solution to it. But before you know it, other people will come in. So definitely you have to still compete, but at the initial stage, you have to collaborate.
So it's wise to collaborate with partnerships.
Very,
Then as you grow, you can now have the power to control.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Kingsley, for that answer. So, Dima, my question is directed at you. When you graduated, everyone expected you to go into the corporate world. Like, okay, we see Dima in different internship spaces and all. I mean, you left school with a really, really strong results, as I say. You were very active in the faculty. I mean, I knew a number of roles that you held in school. So then you shocked us all. You went into the fashion world. Really, really like apart from what you were studying in school. Like, what drove that decision? What made you make that decision?
Okay, so first of all, thank you for that question. I've been getting that a lot. I've had a lot of people come to meet me, even from my final year. And going into fashion was not something that came out of the blue. 2020, my journey started in 2020 during the lockdown. We are just within JAM, and for our own sets, we are very peculiar. Why? We wrote JAM 2020, posted in 2021, we resumed January 2022. Yes, then February 14, we went on 8-month strike. Then we came back October 14, then the journey down here. So for me, 2022, I was just at home at within JAM. I didn't have anything to do, and it was lockdown. So I'm like, let me start doing one or two things. I would pick my mom's dress, convert gowns to top and skirts, or take a wrapper. I should always be shouting, "Don't waste my family." So I was doing it, and I started going on YouTube, the ones I didn't understand. I would watch YouTube videos here and there. Oh, how to do this, how to do that, and I started picking one or two things from YouTube. And funny enough, people were reaching out to me, you made this for your mom, let me make something for me. Then I started with needle and thread with my hand. I would make a complete dress. with my hand, yes, needle and thread. So that was how I started. But 2021, I had to get busy for PCTME. Then I gained admission. So I'm like, this one, I have to be serious. When I entered the London level, I kind of, my mom was not to this podcast. My part of me knew that I was not going for first class. If first class happens, glory be to God. If it doesn't happen, I have to lie, no wahala. So I continued my business in London level. As at that time, because of during the 8-month strike, I went back to working. Funny enough, fun fact, I worked in a hospital for those 8 months. Yes. See, I did 3 things. First of all, I started from the records department. Wow. I was at the records, then I moved to the pharmacy. I was working with drugs. I would read doctors' case notes. Because I would collect the case notes file, read, and then go and give it to the pharmacist that would dispense the drugs. Then billing, I would help with the billing. I knew the name of the drugs, their cost, and everything. That's why people would be like, I'm a fake nurse. So then I became the secretary, the PA to the chief medical director. So I worked with him throughout before I now left after the 8 months. I literally stopped working almost like the day when they called up to strike because they didn't want me to stop. So because of that, I had been able to like save up some money, gotten some things for myself. And in that period, my mom got me a sewing machine. And that was when I now went fully into what I was doing. So when I resumed, I would carry my sewing machine with hand from those MIB based. I would carry it with hand from my house down to my sister's house at Agbogu, and I would go there over the weekend. I was in the hostel. I would go there over the weekend, work a little and all. But on the level, I was still able to do it. 200 level, I was still trying to push it. But when I entered 300 level, that was when I knew. Thank God we're all Eco students. You understand how difficult it is to balance economics 300 level with any other thing. People that did it. And because I'm someone that I cannot be in one place. Like I am very I think I'll call myself someone that is multi-talented. I am very ambidextrous. I can do many things at the same time. That's one of my strengths. I can manage many things. I joined the L&D from 100 level. Joined Queen's L&D, joined Nesta L&D, and by the time I was 200 level, I became parent for Queen's L&D. So I was active in fellowship, active in church. I did a lot of things. I was active in faculty fellowship as well, freshers company. So I had a lot going on for me. Then 300 level, I'm like, unless I want to kill myself and kill my CGPA, something has to go. I could not balance it. So I put a stop to my brand, and then I focused on L&D and then other things on campus. Then 400 level came. I did internships. I started doing data analysis. I started learning Excel, did classes. I did ALX. I did a lot of things. I did ALX. I did all of that. So 400 level came. I said, let me focus solely on my project. Then I did that. Then I became president for Queen's L&D. So that even made it more difficult for me to do anything. So now my story into fashion, this is where it came in, where I suddenly dived into. While I was doing my project defense, the week of my project defense, someone sent, I think 2 weeks before, someone sent a flyer to me that, there's an empowerment program of fashion designing by a big 10 fashion brand in Ibadan. And I'm like, I don't really know, I'm not really sure, I want to rest for this period before I go for service. So the person was just like, just apply. So I applied. The application was free of charge and all. So I applied and I didn't put my mind to it. They called me for interview. I did the interview. I still did not put my mind to it. The week of my project defense, I got a call. I would like you to resume the Monday after. I'm like, wow. Wait, calm down. So I had to go. I can't resume immediately. I have to take time because of still finalizing my project and all. So I resumed the week after. As I then, I not even submitted the final copy of my hard copy. I was still working with my supervisor, and it was really tasking. Because compared to my other mates, people had time to sit and think. But it was as if for me, no time to check time from one thing into the next to the other, and I'm just like, can I just have a break? So I would, between where I was working, come down to you, my supervisor, I want to see you by 1 p.m. today. I'm down here going back, and it was, I'm not going to lie, it was very challenging for me. Toxic. Thank you. It was very difficult. And in the midst of that, because I'm someone that likes to think big, I dream far a lot. I would see something and I would think of how I want the 10 years to be. And I will tell you, if I catch a business in my hand, I will tell you, this is how your business should be in the next 5 years. So then we will set up actionable goals, things I want to do, strategies that I want to. I'm not doing the wrong thing. I'm still going to go into business management anyways. Like, I want to go into, consulting, management and all of that. So, exactly. So I have a place where I wanted my brand to be because it's a natural talent for me. I didn't really train. So it just comes to me. I just love it. I enjoy it. But I also understand the place of active and passive income. Please, I want to have money. I didn't even know that person. But I also know that in Nigeria, you need to have multiple sources of income. If you stick to one thing, yes, the money will come in. But if you want to live the kind of odogress life that I want to live, I need money. Rich babe lifestyle, I need money. So I told myself, okay, let's do this for now. Then when I go for service, I'll get my service in a corporate organization. So my dream to still work in a corporate organization did not die. It's still there. But at the same time, I'm still building my brand. If there's something I know is that I want to be good at things that I do. See, jack of all trades. It will say master of none, but it's still better than someone that is doing just
master of one.
Yes, thank you very much.
I think someone should search.
Yes, someone should search that phrase.
That is jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Master of none, but often better than master of one.
I know that.
So that is my mindset. So it's just basically me trying to get better and be good. Because one thing I've noticed is that when you are good, people will look for you.
Yes.
So whether in the business world or in the corporate world, people will look for you. So I want to be good in my skill, my brand, my business, and then still good in the business world. So in the corporate world rather. So yes, that is how I found myself. Yeah.
That defines comparative advantage.
Okay, so now when it comes to the concept of comparative advantage, still let me tell you something. A lot of concepts in economics is applicable in theory. But when you come to the practical,
will drag you.
no, even my lecturers will agree.
Okay.
It's like when you said something to me, I think it was 200 level, 300 level, about how most of the theories in economics, the work in the countries or in the environments where they are applied. But when you bring it to Nigeria, Africa, it's entirely different.
They say it all the time.
Let's say it all the time. Because when you look at the concept of comparative advantage, okay, I'm building this, you're building this, let's come together, let's exchange and all of that. But you realize that if you look at the case of Nigeria we are an oil producing economy, but at the same time, look at our economy. There are lots of other producing economics. We are saying, okay, let us diversify, go into agriculture. If we are sticking to strictly to the concept of competitive advantage, the conversation of diversification will not even come in. If it's oil, let's do oil. If it's agriculture, let's do agriculture. So it is good when you do not put all your eggs in one basket. It's good to have a niche for yourself. But at the same time, don't put your eggs in one basket. That's why you see businessmen, look at Dangote. Dangote is into sugar, is into cement, is into spaghetti, and they're not into gas. So there are a lot of other things they are going into because they know that you cannot put all your eggs in one basket. So it's better if you look at this basket of goods, you have different things inside, and then that can be used to now measure your worth at the end of the day. So yes, that is what I am doing. So
How to shoot the content? I said shoot.
that guy.
Okay. So the thing is, I mean, you're fresh out of school. Do you think there is anything the school failed to prepare you for?
It is no, I think now, maybe then or now, everyone knows that there's a gap between what you learn in school and what you are expected to do out in the world. Whatever, if you were to use your course to get a job, even with that, there's still a gap. Not to talk of if you go into an entirely different field. So I mean, I don't want to just come out and say UI failed or something. I mean, compared to other universities, in fact, probably UI maybe the only university that could compete with preparing their graduates for the workforce would be Unilag.
Yes.
Unilag and UI still perform better as preparing their graduates for the workforce compared to other universities in Nigeria. However, it doesn't change the fact that yes, I think it did to some extent. You can question it. Take let's say the most basic thing, we're economic students, right? So you'd expect that we know how to use Excel well and can do a lot of data analysis. I'd say maybe if you were to add to that, say maybe Python, say Python and Excel. Please, we're all economic students here. Did you learn any of that?
I had to learn it on my own.
Restarter, e-views, the things we need for our final year project.
Right.
Did we learn it here in school?
We learned them on our own. Although we will give you the basics, okay? Like we had a class. Okay, so let me tell you a story. we learned it's a very funny one. Shout out to our lecturer. She was patient with us that day because in a class with almost 100 students, and then you have to teach them Excel. And we had to learn Excel in a day. We had to learn SPSS.
It was three we learned only, right?
Yes, we had to learn SPSS. Where cramped inside a small computer room with all of us. Some of us were even sleeping. The systems were not enough. So we had to learn SPSS, learn e-views. If they ask me what did you learn that day, I don't know. So I personally, in my final year, from 10 level, I had to start taking a course on Excel. But because I didn't use for my project, I used data. The analysis of my project, I had to learn data overnight. Like, it's just a very, very crazy. Thank God for you too.
And AI.
And AI.
Sorry, it's like the Sorry.
So thank God for you to learn AI.
So Dima said it exactly. So that's the most basic thing, right? So being able to use this software for data analysis and how we had to learn them on our own. I used a mix of stat and e-views from final year project, and okay, I know I should Excel well. I don't even know how I know it. It's just that like over time, since after secondary school, I've always had to do with Excel in one way or the other. So I'm pretty good at it. However, I say stat and e-views. I didn't know anything about those two software and how to learn how to use them. I used YouTube and AI. Okay, so this is what I want to do, the next I want to perform. How do I do this? So that was the issue.
We just equipped with theories.
Yes.
They are teaching us this.
Go on.
So one thing is that the one thing you have to understand is that the university environment is not meant to spoon feed you. So they will teach you the basics and expect you to take it and use it, practicalize it and understand it. That's why we're always yearning for internship in ECO. Like we want to do internship, because we learn a lot of theories and we don't get to practicalize them before we now go into the business world. You understand that when you get to the business world, then it's like you are now starting from scratch. So they'll have to teach you again. And I think the only aspect we have an edge is research. They really tried for us when it comes to research.
I think I can say for sure that all of us are good researchers.
Yes. But aside that, when it comes to finance, when it comes to all this tech and everything, you're starting from scratch. But to the best of their ability, let's not lie, they are trying. Because they have limited resources and then there's limited time. Look at the calendar. The calendar is so fast. 11 weeks to learn a lot. When we were in final year, they were trying to teach us as much as they can before we leave. But there's no time. Strike today, strike tomorrow, everything is not going the way it should.
So the internship Dima said, I don't want to forget, she's right. So I know that for us as economic students, it's not required, right? We don't do IT or CWES or whatever that is. But I think, especially with organizations like NISA and that Odua investment organization, you guys should go out on the limb and try to get internship positions there, even while you're in school. Maybe 300 level might be hard, but say 400 level or 200 level even. I think they accept 200 level students. You guys, please, okay, now, they should go and get these like internship opportunities. And not only do you learn, but then that's like a notch you get. And so when you apply elsewhere, you can say that you already have an experience. So please, apply for internship opportunities. Doing internships, it is that simple. So don't forget that. And she has said it all about how we understand the situation of Nigeria and like academic institutions, how they don't have enough time, they don't have enough resources. And to be very honest, that class, even though it was cramped and I probably did not learn anything, I could see that this lecturer was actually trying to teach us how to use this software for our project. And I think that's more than enough, the intention, because at the end of the day, we have seniors. Our seniors helped a lot. I'm not going to lie. Treasure was around very well and he helped a lot of people. Our seniors helped a lot. There was YouTube, there's AI, and so they know that you have access to these resources. And if you have access to these resources, a smart thinking person will go and use them, right? Nobody's stopping you, maximize it. So that's exactly it. So maybe if there's one thing I can say you are to prepare us for, it's never to leave opportunities. I think all of us UI students, we are maniacal about opportunities. To learn, to study, to do anything, to go to a conference, to meet somebody, you are there. Yes, you guys know what to do and when to do it. And if there's one thing I also like, even though you don't have you don't have the skills, the knowledge to do what you want to do or to be what you want to be at that point, you are literate enough to understand the gap. You are literate enough to know that, okay, this is where I am, this is where I'm going to, and because this is where I'm going to, I know that this is what I have to learn. This is what I have to pass through to get to where I'm going to. Do you understand? So you are literate enough, you are educated enough to know that there is a gap. Because the kind of confidence some people have, even though they don't know anything, to shock you. Yes. So please, just you understand, and because you understand, you can work on yourself.
And I think I want to say this, that UI is coming to UI is a big flex, because I've had a lot of people come to me and tell me this, and because I'm also an intern, so I didn't only work at a hospital, I also worked at a radio station. So during my so when I finished on their level, I didn't want to stay at home. So I was like, what next though? What do I want to do next? So I there's Splash FM. You are in my area, I'm always seeing you. Why are you looking so far? I'm someone that if I see something, unless I don't want to achieve it, if I want to achieve it, I'm going to achieve it. So I told myself, I will get into this organization, I will work there. It's just so fun, just work there. So I went on LinkedIn and I searched for Splash FM and I prepared my CV. That time I was in London level, I just went on level. I prepared my CV and I DM'd the contact that was on their LinkedIn. And my problem with this generation is we don't understand how to approach things and communication and all of that. So I DM'd the person and I said, good morning, Sarah. My name is so I'm a 200 level student on the University of Ibadan studying economics. Here is my CV. I would like to enter with Splash FM. And I just grabbed that was all. And he was impressed. Apparently, it happened to be their head of social media department. And he said, even graduates cannot write CV like this. How much more an undergraduate? So he said he wants me to come. For a lot of people thought that I had a personal relationship with him, that it was one that brought me. So he told me to bring my letter. I didn't have a letter from UIO. I tried to draft something, I took it there. And they put me in marketing department. He said, no, they want to utilize the potential. Come to social media department. They taught me live streaming, taught me video editing. I did podcasts, I did Vox Pop street interviews. Wow. I'm like, what am I going to do? Yes, and so my point, what I wanted to say is that after life career, like anything you want to become, UI will give you because as a part of L&D taught me communication. So anything you want to become, you have the opportunity in UI. Leadership, there are a lot of leadership positions that you can take up. Politics, I saw a flyer of one of someone from our said that wants to run for House of Assembly in Oyo State. Yes, is it not Adibari or what's his name? Yeah, I think so. Yes, I saw it and I was like, this is impressive. So politics, opportunities there, student politics. You want to go into communication, public speaking, perfect. You want to go into business. A lot of UI students are business people. You want to go into finance, SFC, tax club, energy club, tech, Google Developers Club. There's nothing you want to do in UI that the environment is very enabling. So it will help you because those things that you learn here. Because I'm still a host too. I'm still into public speaking, like I said, jack of all trades. So those things that you are learning here will guide you into life beyond school and you'll be able to utilize them. And by the time you compare yourself to people from other schools, come on, big flex, you will see the difference.
That just like widened where I think
Yeah,
instead.
the perspective of you actually has resources.
You are yours.
You just have to maximize what you can. So, Mr. Kingsley, this next question goes to you. So you've been out in the, let's say, world for a very long time now. What would you say you think, like, do you think it matters if someone gets a 2-1 or a first class? Do you think the result really matters in the outside world? Like, how does it affect every sphere of life of the person?
Okay, that's a very interesting question. I was eager to ask, like, even before she finished asking the question. In simple terms, it doesn't matter.
Seriously?
I'm telling you.
Our opinions differ on that, but go on.
Now, I'm not just going to bring it from my own experience. I mean, I had like very good friends, during my echo days. I did not finish with the first class, even though I was close. But I had a very good friend of mine. He's now a co-founder for another brand we are working on. His name is IBK. So he finished with the first class. He got into the corporate world and he left. He chose to leave, right? So it's about the vision. It's about what you want for yourself. So you are giving your best. As I've said earlier before, anything that is worth doing well.
Yes.
When you are in school, give your best to your academics. Learn everything you can, right? But don't allow maybe your class of grades to limit you, right? Don't allow your class of grades to. You can be anything you want to be, right? Once you know where you are going, you can do what it takes to get there. Trust me. I understand that some people will feel like, oh, but first class opens some kind of door. It depends on which door you want to open. Right. It depends on which door you want to open. I think I had the flawless CGPA thing I was pushing. I think I had it in 200 level, and that was the same 200 level I started my business. That was the same 200 level I started my business. But at the end of the day, given what I'm doing now, right? Even looking at some of my colleagues too, given what they are doing now, it doesn't really matter much. You can be whatever you want to be. You can be whatever you want to be. Even those in the corporate world. I have people, let me not say this, but even in the department, I have people that know economics, and I have those of us that just passed economics. I passed economics. Right? It's different from knowing economics. So that's it, about interest. If you want to know economics, you are going to know economics, and your class of grade is not reflective of that knowledge. And just read out. Thank you very much.
By what, like most of what you said, like I don't disagree with it, but saying that it doesn't matter, I'll go on ahead and say, I disagree with that in particular, that it doesn't matter. If, let's just say, if there's an opportunity, all of you are excel at it. Like all say they narrowed everyone down to 10 people, 10 applicants. None of you excel at it beautifully. You know your stuff, is what I mean. Like you have all the skills, and you just don't know what to do.
How to narrow it down.
That's when your CGPA will
That's
come into question. So I know that at the end of the day, maybe it doesn't count that much, but you see, it makes that tiny bit of difference. And that tiny bit of difference, in a lot of situations, it makes all the difference. If you go out there in the world, you meet brilliant people, and seeing brilliant people, it will shock you that these people are brilliant, that this is brilliant. However, just you having that in your first class could be the one thing you could have over them, like one thing that makes you champion them. Do you get exactly? So stand out. So I'm not saying that you can't achieve greatness with anything less than first class. No, I'm saying it matters because even leave that out of it. I read, so I don't know. I read books on culture a lot, especially let's just say culture now. You could be having a soiree, a fete, a party at night, and then you are rich, like really rich. You are very rich, right? But then it doesn't change the fact that maybe you didn't even go to school.
Yeah.
Or maybe you just got a HND, OND, not the degree. So you are rich, you can buy these people. But you see that one little thing, they can use that to lord over you. So I like to tell people, because I have a younger brother who really thinks education is scam, it's scam. I like to tell him that I have this degree, trust me. You'll be rich, you'll be successful. I'm never arguing that, but I have this degree. This degree is very important. Like, have everything they have and have more than that.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So it matters. Maybe just a little bit, but that little bit makes all of the difference.
Okay, I would like to add, I'm not saying that I'm not going to be at the extreme of saying that school is a scam. School is definitely not a scam, and I've said for anything that is worth doing is worth
doing well.
Is worth doing well. But there are some people that you strive hard at this thing, you want to achieve excellence, you give it your all, right? But you just came off short. What I'm just trying to portray is that coming off short, like maybe you're going for a first class, you ended up with a 2-1. It doesn't make.
Don't let that depress you.
Don't allow that to discourage you at all. It doesn't make much difference. You can still be wherever you want to be with your 2-1. You can still be wherever you want to be with your 2-2. So that's what I'm just trying to.
I think I should say that now, please. So just in case somebody out there does not have the first class, it doesn't change. I don't think that would really matter to your success. Like I'm saying, I think it has more to do with yourself as a person, like how you. No, not just like your worth to yourself, your value to yourself, and to the people around you. Do you understand? I know that, like, I'm probably going to enter a society where those kind of things really matter. Do you get the distinction, having a first class degree? Those kind of things are probably going to matter in such situations, even though you are brilliant or if you are not. Do you get? But your worth, the way you value yourself, is also important. So honestly, maybe even a third class, it doesn't matter, or just a simple pass. It does not mean that you will not be successful. You need more than just book smart to make it in life. In fact, you probably don't need book smart in some situations to make it in life. You can agree with
I'm
that.
not book smart. I know I'm not. I read it.
Yeah, what does that change? What does that change? She's a book complex center. It's not same as being book smart.
For real.
Yes.
I'm not even a bookworm. I think I'm just someone that I pick things as they go. Throughout my university, I cramped my way through university. I cramped my way through. See, I'm not the type of senior that will come and meet that. Come and teach me this. I don't remember. Because I'm my lecturer. Now, the reality is that most of us cramped our way through university. But one thing I want to emphasize for anyone is that have skills that matter, have skills that are relevant and important. See, organizations will pick skills over class or degree. Some organizations, any day, most organizations. The distinction is just maybe like a threshold, a basis, or someone first class. But by the time you get there, you will see that the skills you have, communication, tech skills, public speaking, leadership, social skills, research, all of these empathy, all of these things, and even primarily your use of tech, AI. I've had a lot of applications where they will tell you that knowledge of Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word, Microsoft Office, all of these things, something as simple as being able to navigate Microsoft Outlook is really important. So all of these things, don't overlook them. You can read from today. When we're in final year, I'm sorry to say this, but a lot of our classmates were like, got to the point of let me grab CV, and they realized that I've only been reading all my life, all 4 years of uni. No volunteering experience, no extracurricular skills, and they are not trying so hard to have something.
So such a point of conversation.
Yes,
so
I
many
had that
people
conversation with a lot of
so
my
many people
classmates.
took extracurriculars in their 400 level.
Yes.
It was jarring to see like my mates just
Now because it's already too late, they're not trying to do so much. This is not to talk down their efforts. It's amazing that they did that, but I'm saying that while you have the time, do other things. Don't just be book alone.
Don't just book alone. I can't even say that ever. You know that I can never say that. Don't just be book. Like you can't. I know you said something. Yes, you said the person can only concentrate on 2 things. Like a student. I don't think I have the mental capacity to concentrate on just 2 things.
Honestly.
I'll run mad. Because I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. I thrive on having too much to do.
Yeah.
Like I like to overcommit. I like to overcommit, then draw out something from it. I like that pressure. I'm not joking. I like
I
so-
work well on that
Stretch yourself.
I like stretching myself. Because if I see free time, if I see,
What if you stretch yourself within the confine of those 2 things?
that's
Beautiful
possible.
thing.
That's possible.
You are
But those
doing
you,
your
but you,
comfort
no, you make it sound like just 2 things. But like that's more than 2 things already. Do you get? That's more than 2 things. Say I don't want to like talk about, but like I also know how to sew. Do you get? I learned to sew during COVID-19 period. Because I cannot just sit down now. So I learned to sew. I sewed this outfit that I'm wearing. Thank you. But the general idea is that in 100 level, I still sewed. I have a machine, but it's far, so it's not here because I don't stay. But I used to go to my boss's house because she stays in Ibadan where I learned to sew. So I would go to her place to sew once in a while. But no, I didn't think that was what I wanted to balance with. Yes, so what did I do? I took off organization. JCI, UCJ. I joined all 4 L&Ds and press. Okay, you know how your faculty and your all have press and L&D. So I joined faculty, press, faculty, L&D, all press and all L&D. So I had all of those 4. I had JCI and there was like UCJ, and there was SFC, of course there was SFC. I overcommitted. I loved it. I mean, I'm not saying that, okay, maybe I disappointed in some ways because there was a lot, right? But you did have I was able to balance it in such a way that nothing suffered, not really. However, in 300 level, I dropped most of it. In 300 level, I pretty much dropped CJ. I mean, I was like a member, almost like an honorary member. I know that I'm part of this organization, but when was the last time I attended a meeting? When was the last time I was actively part of this? Maybe if there's an event, I could just join and be part of the welfare committee for like the 1 week before that event, and that's the end. You understand? But like, so I pretty much like joined a lot. However, in 300 level, 400 level, I focused mainly on 3 things: L&D, press. Because everything was coming to the end after all. So I don't know how I cannot come and say that no, you should please focus on your studies and get the first class. I'll never say that. I mean, most of the people that I can say that I looked up to when I was in school, that were fellow US students, that graduated with first class, Latifat was BGN, right? Latifat was FinSec of BCJ. Latifat was editor-in-chief of EconXpress. She handed over to Joshua, handed over to me. Do you understand? So, but she was BGS, right? So you can do it. The thing is, keep saying you can do it until you've done it or you do not do it. But never, yes. And what if you have 10 years and you don't know? I like to tell people something. How do you know you're good at something? Do it right. Exactly. I mean, I was not really good at mathematics, but I enjoyed it, right? I was good at economics. I was. I mean, you told me that I was not good. I met people that were better. But generally, I was like, when I was in secondary school, economics was one of them. Okay, it was English. No, it was geography. I was excellent at geography. God, I was so good. I was like a teacher's pet when it came to geography. I knew all the countries. I could draw the map. Then I can't think. I could draw the map. I loved it. I love talking about soil, rocks, location. I knew all of the terms, space, house, all of those things you learn in geography, right? Then it was geography, then English, because I was really good in English. I can't believe I used to be that good. And then there was economics.
Wow.
And I was a science student. It was after economics that mathematics came in next, then physics, then chemistry. Oh, Yoruba I suck. I still can't speak
Yoruba as science.
Yes, I did Yoruba as science student. In my school, we have to do 2 languages. So I did Yoruba and French. I was good at French too. I speak some French actually.
Yeah, you're even like a jack of all trades.
I don't know, tell me something to say in French.
Shame on my French,
Shame on my French,
Because we all did French in on
I can't say that.
We all did French in on level now.
Did we?
It's time to come at that way you had
Actually,
Another idea is that most of us just read, just cram.
but you know our set was different. Something happened during our set. So people that got a GS 107 during our set, I think they really did their stuff.
I
Because our set they changed.
Yeah.
You know how they always print past questions, like deliver past questions for GS, especially French. But then I said they changed because somebody did something on Twitter. Remember?
I remember.
And then a lot of people were complaining that this was not what they expected, but I still did well. It was then I knew that okay, like I know this French.
No French.
Like, I know
I took my time to read the whole avoir, everything.
Wait, what did you say?
Did you get an E?
Yeah, oh, I got an E in French.
Wow.
I got it in 90 something, I think.
Wow. Not that. Hey.
I love my heart.
You use the formula.
Yes, just you tabulate, you cram.
You also
Like that.
Besides, French has more structure than English, so
Yes.
you understand. Even if you don't know what the word means, if you understand how the conjugation in particular, you can survive.
Wow.
Okay, so in this test, we have 3 graduates. They have been saying a lot of things. They have dished out a couple of misconceptions and we've come to a compromise. Yes, we've come to a compromise. We've had to disagree, we've had to agree.
I agree.
And we're almost at the same place now. So just in 1 minute, all 3 of you, can you just give like sort of like advice to anyone that is still in school in 1 minute? Who wants to go first?
Don't start with you.
Okay, let's start with you. Let's start with you.
Don't start with senior graduate.
All right. My advice to all undergraduate students is that in whatever you are doing in school, you have to know where you are going. So your destination is going to determine the steps you are going to take, because definitely there are so many ways to success. You want to make money, right? There are so many routes to make that money. So just figure out what you enjoy doing, figure out what you like, then learn, and you are trying to acquire the necessary skills that is necessary to get you to that point. So and with that, trust me, you'll be fine.
Okay.
Network. Some people. I'm not joking. Yes, your skills are very important, like you said, but you need to know where you're going. You need to know people in that. Do you understand? Connection is really important. It's very, very important. You could be highly skilled, but you still need somebody to not maybe hold your hand, but bring you into the room. As everyone likes say, put yourself into the room. So you need someone to bring you into the room. Yes, put you on that same, give you a seat at the table. So you need to be well connected. And being a student, there will be conferences for that. That's why I like going to conferences. Meet people. There'll be conferences for that. There will be organizations for that. So do your best to network. And more than anything, the one thing you do choose, which one you tell you so that by the time you graduate, you don't regret. You can look back and say, put everything into this. Do you understand?
Alright, so for me, I think I'm just going to back on 2 key things. As a verse of the Bible that will say, write the vision, make it plain, that you may not into that season. Have a vision, then have a defined goal. Smart goals, make your goals measurable. If it's in first class, I want to have first class, work towards it. You want to build a business brand, work towards it. You want to be top in corporate, work towards it, and all the resources you need are available for you. Don't sleep on them. Now is not the time to be sleeping or snoozing. And the second key thing, you need a good relationship with your classmates. You see, now your next person in your class with you, your classmates, your classmates, departmental mates, your hostel mates, your roommates, they are the people that will form your network in the nearest future. They will be your immediate network of people. So make sure that you invest in them as well, and not just to yourself. And by then, everybody will just see you growing together, and it will become a beautiful network of success.
I want to add to what Dima said, because I think this is very personal for me and it's from experience. I know a lot of people don't put too much importance in being liked, but being liked is very important. I'm not talking about being talking out of being liked by those around you. Yes, being sociable, being someone that is easily approachable. And I'm saying this from experience because I never really cared about being liked. And it hurts me in some ways. So try your best to make sure that those around you, those you put in your circle, or those who have been thrown into your circle, either by fate or by circumstance, you make sure that you guys keep a good relationship. Do you understand? It's very important because years from now, you don't want it to be that all of the people that surrounded you you don't speak. Do you understand? So please, and be known for something. Let it be that if they ever think of something, they say, Dima, this is Dima's niche. This is what Dima is good at. So be known for something. Let everybody around you, even those who don't know, you know that I know somebody that always posts this when it comes to this. Do you understand? So be known for something.
Thank you so much
Thank you so much.
for that advice.
In the previous episode, also, I think you said something. You said live your life to the fullest. Make your life count. And today we are hearing something very similar from the three of you. Even when most of you, all three of you are in different paths. And I mean different paths. All three of you are different paths. And I think your vision and everything still is your lamp guiding you. So to everybody watching this episode today, make your life count. And make your life count. This is EconXpress Podcast, episode 2.
And you can follow us on all our social media handles. And this episode will be up on YouTube very, very soon. Watch out.
Bye for now.
Thank you.